everybody, Camelia here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a new Burda magazine flip through. Today is what is today? Today is beginning of April 2024. It's a very rainy day here in Germany. So if you hear something in the background, it's probably the rain. So let's take a look at the Burda. I would like also to say in the beginning, don't forget to like the video. I always love also to read your comments and to read your opinions in about the patterns in the magazines. Of course, even if they are not the same as mine, it's normal. It's totally okay, and I really love to read your thoughts on the patterns. And sometimes I also get inspired from the things that I'm reading in the comments. Also, something a little bit lesser inspiring is was a comment that I got on one of the latest Burda videos. I'm not sure which one it was. Where someone, it was a really rude comment actually, and I'm thinking that if you don't enjoy my way of speaking, or if you don't enjoy my way of talking, or whatever accent or different noises or whatever, just skip the channel and go to watch the next one about the Burda or whatever you want to see. It was a really mean comment about my way of speaking. It's not, I don't know, it's not probably something that I'm doing you know, on purpose, but whatever, I'm not going to apologize about it. And again, if you are not happy, please be free to check other channels here on YouTube. So with that being said, let's take a look at the Burda style. I'm going to keep my opinions until the end because I don't want to how should I say, you know, I want you to form your own opinion and then put in the comments what you think about it. So we get a really nice cover here. I really like the fabric here. The whole blue theme is really nice. And they give us some French chic this month, and we have 4 extra patterns for teenagers to size 176, and I'm really excited about those. We have again the best of what we get this year from Burda, some dresses. And some perfect styling. We'll see what is that about. So let's take a look. I hope you can see. Here you can see a little bit of an overview. What we are going to see in the magazine this month. And the first one, we have the French summer theme in the Burda, and we have this dress here. I will say that the patterns in this month, they are not very well, the best of, they are anyway repeats, and the rest, the new ones, I'm going to keep it to the end. Okay, whatever. Let's see the dress here. The dress here is made from, they use viscose, and you do need to have something very flowy, thinking that there are some gathers here at the waist, as you can see. The sleeves are also, they have a lot of volume. They are finished with some casing with elastic, and the same elastic is also used in channels here around the waist. And they also give as a tip that when you are trying the dress, before you are cutting the elastic on size, just put the dress on and adjust the elastic, because you really need to have it that is sitting nicely, not really tight, but of course against the body, in order not to have any ugly gaping or something like that. They have here in the middle, they have also a strip of fabric, and from what I can see here in the pictures and also here in the drawing, I think that's also bringing the dress a little bit together in the front. I'm not a big fan of this boat type neckline. I always find that it's sitting against my bones here at my neck. Next one, we have this pretty shirt here. I was thinking maybe we get the skirt, but we don't get the skirt. We do have this really pretty shirt, and we will see it later in the magazine. I think it's what they call a camp shirt. They have, it's a notched collar, pretty easy to make, I think. And of course it's even easier to make because, as you can see here, this pattern is also getting extra sewing instructions. This one is also made in viscose. I suppose it will also work great in a cotton. The next one, we have these pants made in tweed, pair of shorts, and if I'm not mistaken the hem is getting finished with a facing. It's a nice pair of pants, not so much to say about it. There are no pockets, very clean. You have some you have 2 darts in the front and 1 in the back. Next we have a pair of pants with a 7/8 length. Of course these ones can be adjusted, and you'll see it later in the magazine also with a longer length. And I'm pretty sure it's if you get fitted the short, you have a little bit the same pattern pieces also for the longer pants. As you can see, is also the one, it has 2 darts in the front and 1 in the back. So you know, if you have 1 pair fitted, you can do a lot of variations. And what is cool is that this one has the detailed sewing instructions, and I find it cool because, you know, if you are new to sewing fly fronts and stuff like that, you get the sewing instructions for the fly front with a zipper and also with the buttons. So it's really nice. These ones are made in denim. Next we have this really easy shirt. I'm sure we've seen a lot of these ones in the past. Not so much to say about it. Of course, being such a simple design, you have the possibility to use some really cool fabrics. This one, they say that it's made in polyester, but I think it's a polyester, knitted polyester, something like a knitted lace or something like that. Next we have the cover shirt, which is this one here, and you can probably see that there are some they're not pin tucks, they are almost like some pleats. Well, they say let's call it pin tucks on the neckline here on the plackets. The only thing with this one, I think you should consider about sizing, because here it's looking like it's really an oversized type of garment, and because this neckline is getting really open. I mean, you can see it here in the technical drawing, it looks like it's almost closed, but in real life, the fabric being so soft, this is a viscose, it's going to get really open, and you have the chance, if the pattern or the size you choose is really oversized, or you know, on your body, then you have the chance that it's going to hang a lot and get really open. Then this one is still size 48, and also here you have the extra sewing instructions, which is also nice, because you can also see how to make this placket in the front. Next one we have a jersey t-shirt, and we have, and this one is, and I will say that you'll see it later also as a dress. I tend to believe that in a top is looking okay, although there is a lot happening here, and I think in this one is important. It depends on the size of your bust, but you know, if you're really busty, you really need to fit this one, in my opinion, to try to get these lines here under your bust, because if this is going to come, you know, on your bust, it's not going to look really nice. And also here, this one they use jersey, I suppose is I hate it when they don't say that, but this one I suppose is a cotton jersey. And again, we talk about that in other patterns too. If this will be a viscose jersey or something like that, I think the pleats are going to hang a lot, and we'll see at the dress the pleats there are more soft, and I'm not sure if that is a really good look in a top like this. The back is really simple. It has a button and a loop, I think, at the center back, an opening, but if this is made in a jersey, I really don't see why you should do that. I think it's a really good idea to keep the center back seam, because you can really shape that, you know, to give you a really nice fit in the back, but I don't really think this opening is necessary. Next, let's see what we get. We have a dress. Also this one has, you can see the logo here, also this one has extra sewing instructions. It's a dress with a lot of seamings in the front. They used here a viscose linen mix, and you'll see it later also made in linen, and I think that a viscose linen can be just a little bit too soft, but maybe if it's lined, and I don't know if the dress is lined, but it could definitely be lined with a really soft cotton or something like that, you know, because viscose linen in my head is something really very drapey, but yet to keep all these seams and be so tight around the bust, I'm afraid it's not going to hold. But a linen with just a little bit more body, I think it will work much better. Then we have here a lace skirt. It's a really pretty, really simple skirt, and of course the star is here, the fabric, and they also give an advice that you could use contrasting lining. For example, here they used a blue against the blue, but if you use a different color, of course you get immediately another look. And here you can see a little bit of the seaming detail on the dress from earlier. Here you can see the jeans, 113. They call it jeans because it's made in denim, but it doesn't really have all the typical details like a yoke in the back. Then we have here the styling of this white shirt, and this is going to come in the next pages. T-shirt 101, you can see it here. Then we have a variation on the blue dress from earlier, and I think this is a really cool detail here on the shoulder. Here they made it in linen, and as you can see, and I think, from my feeling, it's just a little bit longer, right? It was a knee length, the blue one. Let's take a look. Yeah, you see here it's a knee length, and here they made it more like a, let's do like this. Here is a midi length. I don't like her shoes though. But here it's looking really nice. Let's see if it's lined, because, or maybe you can always wear like a slip dress underneath, but here it has a really nice detail. Of course we cannot really see much in this photo, in this picture, but as you can see here in the technical drawing, the bodice seams of the bodice part of the seams are top stitched on each side of the seam, and then the shoulder bands are made like on the back is a little bit longer, and on the front you have a loop that you are, I'm just going to put it a little bit closer. You see it's a really nice detail for the shoulder, and being made in linen, of course, is making everything really crisp and easy to press actually. Then we have the dress from the French chic theme. We have it here again, and here they used what they used here. Here they used a cotton, striped cotton fabric. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. You know, it's looking okay for her sitting down. I don't know how this is looking standing up, but yeah, you know, it's something. Then we have here this blazer, and this one is going to size 48, and I like it that some of these patterns that are going to size 48, they are also shown on a bigger size models, so not our typical size 34 or something. What I don't really like in this one, it feels like it's too big. It feels like her shoulders are really too wide on her, and it feels like her sleeves are way too long. And again, I know that probably also Burda as Knipmode, they are not making the garments to measure, but then again, I think that if you really want to show a pattern, you should really make it that it's looking nice. Here it's looking just a little bit too big. This one is made in a wool mix. It has here an interesting detail. As you can see, the belt is going through, let's see, it has incorporated, let's say, 2 belt loops into this side panels, and the belt is also getting closed with some press buttons at the back. Let's see, then we have an interesting skirt cut on the bias. This one is made, the fabric is a polyester fabric. I think the fabric is really pretty, and as you can see, it has some angled seams here. This will be really tricky to sew, of course, but I think it will require a little bit of patience, but I think it's a really pretty skirt. Then we have a blazer, which they call it all designer inspired and all that. To me, it's looking just a little bit old. I don't know why. It's just me. It's not something that I'll make very fast. It has a really wide neckline and a little collar here. I can appreciate the design, but again, to me it's looking just a little bit old. It has also some pleats here on the cap of the sleeve. I'm not sure how they are supposed to look, but you know. And this one is made in a twill cotton. Then we have another jersey top here. This one is also very, very easy to make. I think it's the same pattern as the one, you know, with the knitted lace from earlier with the stripes. And here it has, the sleeves are opened, you know, somewhere from the neckline here down, and there are some ties on the shoulder. Next we have a variation on the jeans from earlier, you know, the white pants. The 7/8 here, they are long ones, they are made in a linen blend. And you can see them also here, how they are looking on a bigger size as this one. And you can see that the model is going to size 48. Again, for this one you have extra sewing instructions. It's a nice pair of pants, and I'll say now, because otherwise maybe I forget. I find it really interesting how they make these pockets here, these welt pockets. Actually, they are not real pockets, but they are faux welt pockets. And you know, I just finished a pair of pants with faux welt pockets in the back, and the ones that I made, they are made like a typical welt pocket where you need to slash to turn it to the back. But these ones, they are really interesting, because here actually you make the welt, you sew it on the pants, and then you put it up and you just top stitch here on the sides, and you have nothing to cut. It's very, very easy to make actually, and you have really the look of the welt pocket. Here we have the white t-shirt from earlier, and it's looking like it's a very structured design. You can see it here. It's really looking like a corset with a top underneath, and they also say that. They also give as a tip to make it maybe in 2 different colors, or to make the upper part in tulle or something like a lace or something, you know, a little bit see-through, and then in a solid for the lower part. But this is actually one garment, it's not a corset and a top, everything is in one piece, and it's made in cotton jersey. This is what they used for this pattern here. I was thinking that maybe you have also boning or something like that into the seams, but actually there is nothing. I don't know what is her undergarment in this picture, but I cannot believe that there is no undergarment, like, you know, a corset or something like that, because it's looking really, really structured. And here you can see a little bit of that blazer, and here they have the belt with the closure. I don't know if you can see that in the front. Then we get here, and actually you can see here exactly what I was saying. Here they used, again, they say jersey, and I'm pretty sure that because you can see how soft this is on the sleeves, here they used, I think, something like viscose jersey. And as you can see here, I don't know, when I see this, is like skin hanging. That's just me. It's something that I immediately get in my head when I see these pleats hanging like this. But this is only because the fabric is so soft. You can also see what I was saying. With a bigger bust, you really need to... Here is just going well. But the thing is, with this keyhole here in the middle, it has a really nice gathering effect here on the bust. But the fact that it's so low, you can definitely see your undergarment. I think one should be aware of that. And again, the loop in the back, I don't think is necessary, because you have the fabric has a lot of stretch most of the time, so that's really, really not necessary to do all that work. Or maybe you want to have that as a detail, of course it's possible. Then we are still on the trend. I'm not sure what was the trend, I forgot. But here we have a top. Yeah, this one is made in twill, but I think in my head, of course, this one, you need to keep in mind, it needs to be something really soft, also like a viscose or something, to have it really nicely fall. Again, fitting this, it's not very easy, because you really need to have enough ease here at the upper part, otherwise everything is going to get open on your bust. I'm not sure how comfortable is that. And I see just now, because I was convinced that this is sewn on the center front, but actually there are hook and eyes here on the center front. It's very hard to see, but they are there, so it's not in one piece. Then we have a variation. We don't get the pants, don't worry, we don't really get the pants. I wonder if these pants can open all the way up. This will be that will be really dangerous to wear a pair of pants like this. Anyway, let's go on. We have here, I think this is a variation of the blouse from the beginning, you know, the red one. But here they added some little tabs on the sleeves, and I really like this detail here. This one is made also in linen. It's very beautiful. I don't know what kind of linen they used here, but I really like it. It has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's very, very nice. And they added also a belt, of course. I like this one. Of course, it's also very easy to make. And for this one, there is also extra sewing. There are sewing instructions. Then we have this top, and I think this one here is the same as here, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, because I do see a little sleeve here, and this one has no sleeve. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's the same top. Might be. It's the same girl. But this one is a really easy top. As you can see, they added here 2 strips of fabric, and this one, of course, has two. It's used probably first for as a design element, but also to keep this neckline a little bit in place, otherwise it's going to get open. Then we have a pair of pants here, and although they are looking really, really cool on her, these one are made in a twill. Of course, it needs to be something really soft. You have the 2 deep pleats here in the front, and 2 darts in the back. And I'm always thinking that a really wide belt like this, I'm thinking at myself, because I have a little bit of a belly exactly here, and I'm not sure if I could wear something like this. I find it a lot of fabric going exactly there over the, you know, that part of the body. But you know, you have it. Oh, then we have something really, really boring. This is really boring. This is a tunic, and I think it's the same pattern as the cover blouse, only they used it here. Instead of adding all those splits or pin tucks in the front, actually they used the placket to add some embroidery. I don't know if it's used only, you know, to as the possibility to make the commercial for Bernina, but this is really, really boring. I have nothing to say about it. You have also extra sewing instructions in case you need them, whatever. Let's see. Then we have here, here they are giving a few tips on how to cut things on the bias. Regarding, you know, the skirt from earlier, as you can see here, it has the angles here, and it's also a little bit asymmetric downwards. Then you can see the top here, and you can probably see here better the closures in the front, and here the white top. We have some articles. Then we have we have a tutorial about smoking. I don't really understand why they put that here, because we have this detail nowhere in the magazine, in nowhere of these garments. Then we get to the best of this month, and I really like this shirt dress. As you know by now, all these are repeats from previous Burda styles. If you are into Burda, of course you'll be really happy with these ones. We have a hidden button closure. Of course, this one could work definitely also as just as a shirt, so just cut it and make it shorter. I think in a shirt like this, having the slits on the sides, really, really nice. You can always put a belt. You can wear it with high heels. Well, not so high in my case, I think. Or with trainers, a really nice pattern. This one is also so old, I cannot remember how old. I wish they added the ear when it was firstly printed. I think that would be good. But this was at the time a popular garment. You know, it has some really interesting pleats here. It's a tulip type of skirt. But what they used here, indeed they used crepe chiffon, and I think it's also lined, because with so much fabric you really need to have something very, very soft. Then we have a more structured dress, and this one is a nice one. I remember this one. It's a very, very nice one. It has I'm not a big fan of raglan sleeves, but in this case it's nice, you know, if you fit it nice. It has a little bit of a detail here at the waist, on the sides and in the back, and of course I think you really need to have this belt in this case. Then we have a little bit of a boho kind of dress. The rain is going on while I'm talking about really summery dresses. This one is made in a batiste, so it will also work really nice in a viscose challis, or even in a linen viscose, because those ones are really soft. Although I think one should be aware that this looks like it's really, really long. So, you know, maybe just cut off leave off the last ruffle. Then we have another two popular dresses, I think, from Burda. This one here, I remember this one, also very, very nice. It has a gathered skirt with a yoke in the front and a waistband in the back. Of course, this will require a little bit of a fitting of the bodice here. And from what I remember from this dress, I think bringing just a little bit the neckline, just a little bit, so you can just add a bit here on the neck to this front bodice, because this is a very open neckline, and that will also help to keep the dress really in place. And with the little cap sleeves, very nice, perfect summer dress. This one is made, I think it's a kind of cotton or something, and it's really hard to see, but actually there is some embroidery, is a border print, or a border embroidered, I should say, here at the bottom. Really, really nice. And then we have here another batiste, so really soft cotton dress, and you need to have something soft because there are a lot of pleats here in the front, as you can see on the bodice, and also the skirt is getting gathered front and back on the center panel, and everything is accentuated by this contrasting pieces of fabric. Then we have a really nice and easy to make, you know, your typical summer dress. The skirt, I think, could be also really nice just as a skirt, you know, put a waistband on it, or a facing with elastic will work really nicely. And the top part, of course, with one shoulder and a drawstring, really very summery. Again, a really nice dress that I remember, no idea which year. Very nice, some gathers in the front, and this one is also made in, I don't know, if it's maybe in a linen would work really nice. They say, you know, I think when they cannot remember anymore, they just put dress fabrics. Well, that's really not useful. Here we have some another article about hats, and here we have the teenager patterns, and actually I'm really excited about these ones. Not so much about this one. I'm not sure if my daughter will wear something like this, or, you know, just a bit longer as a top. It's a really pity that we don't get the pants. We get here this vest for this is also sweat fabric, so for knits, and the sizes are for 140 to 176. Here we have also the sleeves for the vest from earlier, I think, with a nice contrasting panel here with a pocket. I really like these ones. My kids are 13 and their size is about 168, so they are perfect for them. And here a really cute dress for girls. My daughter will really love this one, I think. Very, very nice, made in jersey. I think it's also very easy to make. I think in the front there is some elastic just stitched on, elastic casing for the sleeves. Very, very pretty. Can you imagine? These are the only patterns I think that I'm excited in this issue. And I think that was it. Okay, let's take a look at the model patterns first. As we can see here, this time the magazine is a really big mess. The pages are not really, they're stuck together. So we can see here a part of the patterns. I don't know what to say. I think I really like the detail on this dress here on the shoulder. For the rest, I'm really curious how this one is really looking in real life, you know, if you don't wear a corset underneath. I wonder if it's, or maybe there is so much negative here, negative ease in the bottom part of this top that is really making it structured. I don't think you want to put boning in a jersey comfortable t-shirt. And then we have here the second part. This one is very nice, made in linen, very, very pretty. And this is very, very boring. Again, very excited about the teenagers patterns. And I think here there is a little bit of, these ones are great. I think each of these best of patterns, there is something to make with. Very, very nice. And then we can take a look at the drawings here. As you can see, all these little logos here are telling us that we have sewing instructions extra, also for the jersey dress for kids. And for the rest, yeah, can you imagine, I'm more excited about the best of patterns this month, but I do have all of those. And for the rest, I don't know, I have really mixed feelings about this one. I hope you guys, you have some better input, and maybe you'll inspire me to try something from. So this was it. This was the Burda for this month. We'll see each other probably tomorrow with the latest knit mode, and there are some really great patterns there. So I hope you enjoyed the Burda May. Is that May? So 5/2024. Don't forget to like the video, and also subscribe to the channel if you did not do that already, because tomorrow we will see the next the new clip mode, and I think that one is much more exciting. Okay everybody, take care, bye bye.